Yo, how are you doing? Hope you're having a wonderful day. So, another week has passed. Let's talk some stuff that happened. But let's actually first talk about stuff that didn't happen. I didn't make a lot of smoothies this week. I made some, I optimized the recipe. It now doesn't taste like crap anymore. But my motivation was not that high. I didn't think about it. Like, usually when I did go about my smoothie, I was like, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I still have to do that. Since it doesn't taste that great anymore, I don't have that issue anymore. Which isn't that optimal because now it's actually decently healthy, right? Yeah. So, I'll think about how I'll treat the smoothie in the future because I think it could be healthy as like a breakfast replacement on the weekends, because my breakfast on the weekends is usually really unhealthy. It's just bread with sausage and with cheese, and I think there's that's just not that healthy, honestly, and I just think that there's room for improvement. Generally, I did more sports than usual. I didn't go to the gym this week, but I went shopping for. Oh, actually, last week I still went for 10 kilometers worth of walk. I think I talked about planning to do the 6 kilometers. Still, already went for 4 kilometers that day. I'm pretty sure. It was the day that where I started the smoothie thing, right? I will not look it up. You know that. I don't. Um, and I did that stuff, and yeah, I went once again this week. Yeah, I went yesterday after going shopping because I had horrible chafing issues. My thighs still hurt today, but I went yesterday again. I went shopping for actual proper sports gear, and it cost an arm and a leg because actual proper sports gear is expensive apparently. And yeah, it did work out pretty nicely. I was able to walk yesterday, and I felt it, but it was more the existing issues than getting new ones, because today I feel better than yesterday, so obviously it must have worked. I'm going tomorrow again with a work colleague of mine, which is really cool. She's the one I signed up with the short run for, so we're doing that together. It's nice. And I guess next week I'll still continue to do I want to do 1 day a week the the 6 kilometer walkie, and I want to do at least once per week the runs, which starts with, I think, 10 repetition or like, no, it's 5 repetitions of 1 minute of running, 2 minutes of break, or something like that. I will despise it because I will have to timer it, which is the thing that sucks. I dislike that. The timer thing I don't enjoy. I'll have to look into, yo, let's look into that right on the side. Um I research this stuff nowadays because I don't need actual facts. I just need ideas. Okay, what this thing's answering. Let's actually talk about this AI. So give me a second. Yeah. So I my opinion on AI kinda hasn't changed that much. I'm thinking about it. Like, what's my goal? Um, AI as a tool to use privately, I think, is great. It takes away a lot of anxiety about starting stuff. For example, knowing what to look for in the sports gear made me actually walk there and do it. I built a skill which is that's a good buzzword, by the way. If you tell an AI to build a skill for you, where it basically notes down what it's supposed to do instead of you having to teach it every single time again, that's cool. I use Claude, by the way. In my opinion, the best product. Although the you have unlimited requests on Google AI and therefore with Gemini, so you do you, I guess. Yeah, I built a skill as a cooking assistant because I wanted to expand my knowledge about what I can make with equally as little time and just change up my recipes because I kinda, didn't care and rotated through like 30 recipes with like the same 3 skills I know. And yeah. Um it's just going so well. Like I wanted to my target was like do one a week. I did 2 this week. One yesterday and one today. Yesterday because I was like I don't know what I'm into and it suggested something where I was like, yeah, I would like that actually. And today for the specific thing, like actually taking away thinking from which ingredients I need and stuff for one of my weekend days is just also quality of life improvement. Like it's genuinely incredible. It's done a lot for my self improvement and me my imaginary barriers of that. And for that it's really good. I've even been considering like paying for the higher subscriptions because I use it at work and God that stuff's better, but yeah, I don't like the concept of subscription models, although I think it's more than worth it for this case. Um, Especially the way that I would use it. Yeah, I'll think about that honestly. So yeah, I am thoroughly enjoying working with AI in my private context as a consumer, as a person who knows what they're doing because of computer science degree and using it at work. I think if you know what to do with AI, I think it's great. Okay, so now let's talk about work-related AI stuff. I enjoy it. It makes my quality better. It makes me faster. I just like it. I hate the societal expectation of, well, you won't get any more money for it. You didn't work more, right? Right? And then there is also the thing of, well, also look at this thing. It's so cute. I wish I had such cute pauses to lay on. And then I just hate the part where I know that jobs are gone. It might not be the amount that the AI companies claim to eliminate. That might just be marketing, but I can assure you, in our company or even in my team, there's people who are like twice as efficient, 4 times as efficient, higher quality assurance. Especially the more they use it, the better they get at knowing what to tell it. And I can assure you, my team feels 3 people faster. Yeah, and that's a group of 10 people. So if you tell me that, yeah, it's just to be like that, and that's with enterprise high quality software, right? That's not vibe coding. That's like genuinely putting in a lot of effort. Mm. And like everything being controlled by yourself still, even though it's not the typing part. Yeah, it's an interesting time to live in. I definitely feel like I got in early enough, barely early enough into my workplace. I think that I produce a lot of value for a company and that I wouldn't have gotten a chance to even try that if I now applied anywhere. Yeah, I don't like that, especially considering, I would have practiced all my life for this and all of a sudden it's gone position, right? Yeah. So I like working with it. It just sucks that we expect people to put in 15 years of their life and then telling them, cool, now we don't need you anymore. Especially because my entire generation was told that this is the most optimal thing you could do if you actually want a job, What else happened this week? So that thing's done. I dream about work by now very regularly. It stresses me out. Sucks. I still put in way too many hours. Sucks. I looked at an apartment on Friday, and I will look at it again on Monday. That means it's looking good. I'll go there with a friend, and if that works out, I'll have a professional look at the property and whether and whether everything was done well there. Yeah. I hope it works out. I hope that will be nice, but it's the thing that is in the back of my head is if it is a negative result for whatever reason. Then I will have spent like 500 to 1,000 bucks on a professional to look at that for an apartment that I didn't end up needing or taking. And then I would have to, do that for the next one that I look at. That's expensive. If I were to do that once a month, which I don't know if that's realistic, but that's like all of the savings possible, right? Stupid. I hope it's just it. I hope if it's not it, then I will take a break from apartment finding, I guess, because that sounds extremely expensive over the course of time. If if they professionally Photoshop IRL basically the entire apartment for it to end up being awful behind the scenes, Yeah, we'll see. I trust only what in the end is there. Well, it would be cool. I would love that apartment. It's great. I would take it immediately if everything works out. Yep. What else? I'm still snacking, dude. And now you're wondering, what are you snacking? You said you don't buy snacks anymore because of the smoothie, and that was your entire goal. Yeah, I kept that. I did. But there were still gifts laying around from various holidays, and now they're gone. They're gone over the past 2 weeks or something like that, which isn't healthy. I'm genuinely trying to find out a way where I can get around that. Do I just throw it out immediately after receiving it? Do I take it to work? I don't know. It feels like any way is socially awkward. But I feel genuinely sabotaged by getting like 3 boxes of chocolate every 2 months by 3 different people, But we'll see. I'll have to figure out something with that because if it's in the house, then I'll eat it. I know that the thing that keeps me from eating it is the price tag on it. I'm aware of that. I can do that in the store. At home, I don't have that power. So it will also be interesting how I do with the smoothie and stuff after all the snacks are now gone. I don't know how much I weigh. And generally it's just interesting what my sports goals are. It's a sports goal! God. I wanna still go to the gym twice a week. I think I have chances of doing that from next week onwards again, or just generally speaking. We'll see. And I would enjoy doing the running thing twice a week. My main goal when working out in the gym, I want at least one of the days to be leg day. I enjoy how much easier I already get upstairs, dude. It's so nice. After like 3 trainings, I'm so happy about that, dude. And I want to continue that. I want to have agility to get around more optimally, basically. To have a nicer time from day to day. What else is there? There's, yeah, and one day just generally upper body. Mixed from back to. Back is actually the thing that I want to do the most, especially lower back. Because my muscles there are awful, and I noticed how much improvement I physically get from training that. Arms, I don't really care about, to be honest. It's more aesthetics at that point, right? And that's not what I go to the gym for. I don't enjoy sports. I'm doing it to do better in life, not because I actually care about it. And I want to generally just, yeah, I want to improve. And I think that's good ways to get there. Yeah, generally, I think that's a good update. I have been, my emotions have been, like, we're so back, it's Jover, we're so back. Like, with the apartment thing, I was in a it's so Jover phase, and I'll just have to wait for 2 years, which would have been fine, right? And now I'm so back, right? We'll see, but after this, I'll just say I'll wait until, like, newly built thing becomes probable, possible. And, yeah, what else? It's just focusing on stuff, right? I think focusing on health, focusing on just all of this is really going well, and I'm improving. I think the cooking improvement is like the biggest quality of life change I've done in a while. I think the AI support there is necessary for how I work mentally. I It doesn't take away my thinking. It's just anxiety removal. I can ask it anything that I feel is stupid. It's like anybody who has ever opened an incognito tab for a Google search because it's too stupid to want to be in your search history, you know that exactly, right? But yeah, it's I feel like I'm improving greatly, and I feel like I'm doing my best, and putting in the amount of work that I want to, even also at work, even though it's too much, right? With that, thank you guys so much. I'm Blue Ryan, dude. Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate it, and we'll see each other again next week. Dude, I haven't streamed in so long, I'm using my streaming floss goals. I'm not paying attention to what I'm talking about. Bye, have a nice day.